There also in India also you need 12 years of education. There in abroad also you need 12 years of education. In some colleges like Germany, they need 13 years of education. Thereafter in India you need 60% marks in most of the colleges. For I'm just leaving aside the JOSA concept, the JE concept where you need 75%. But in abroad, most of the colleges do need 75% of marks in 12th grades, which is generally like a little on a higher side. If you are taking a college of 5 lakh rupees per year, this means the very less number of students would be having 5 lakh rupees to spend for their education. Very less number of parents will be having that. And hence, that college will or might give you that opportunity that you can come to my college. But here you will have to spend more. Now, if you come to abroad colleges, so there are certain countries which have very less fees. Like Germany, it has got like public colleges, the government colleges to have a fees of 20,000 to 40,000 per semester. And in these government colleges also, a lot of Indians or a lot of international students are studying. Namaskar, Adab, Shah Sri Akal, or Khushamadid. Very, very good evening to all of you people. This is your Master DJ Harshyam, who is going to talk about that which is a better opportunity, studying in India in a very good private college or studying in a good college out of India and getting a tag of studying abroad or getting a tag of international education. Although, and then why this entire conversation has been so important these days, because nowadays education is not that subsidized in India, which used to be earlier the case. In fact, right now, even in India, most of the educational institutes do have fees like 5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees per annum. And I'm saying this as per annum. So if a student is spending 10 lakh rupees per annum or 5 lakh rupees per annum in India, she will almost, this is for sure that they will start thinking that in this much amount, can I get something better? And if that better is an international education tag, or a college degree from a very reputed college, then surely it's a win-win situation. So hence, today in this video, I'm going to cover that whether this is going to be a good option or it's not going to be that good option, or it's going to be a kind of same what you'll get in India. So let's compare these opportunities through this video. So I'm going to cover all these points in this video. Even I'm going to cover the return on investment, your opportunity cost, your cost of education, your employment scenario in abroad or and in India after your education. What is your average payout going to be there? What is the cultural differences that you are going to face? Your overall holistic development, where it would be better. So all these points I am going to cover in this video. So stay in the video till the last, and this video is going to be very, very useful for all of you. So let's get started. But before starting, if you have yet not subscribed to the channel, I would recommend all of you to kindly subscribe to the channel, because you will get a lot of useful and meaningful content on this channel, which you would be able to use in a very beautiful fashion. Okay, so let's move on and let's get started with this. So first and foremost thing, in fact, but this news article. So I guess you all will be able to see this news article. Are you able to see this? In this news article, there is an important information given. And this information says, please pay attention. So in this news article, the number of Indians studying abroad has seen 52.2% increase over the past 5 years, rising from almost 5.8 lakh students in 2019 to a massive number of 8.9 lakh students in 2023. Means more than 3 lakh students have increased in just a span of 4 years. And in this 3 to 4 years, almost 52% increase is a massive increase. This actually shows that a good amount of students are actually choosing studying abroad. So now if I give you this this picture, so you'll be able to understand that this means that studying abroad is gaining momentum. Students are actually considering this option. Now moving forward, even this news has been very prominent, very recent news, that in 2020, JEE Advanced topper Chirag Falor, he was All India rank 1. He would have got IIT Bombay Computer Science, and in fact, he would have got that also. But he did not choose IIT, he did not choose IIT Bombay, he did not choose computer science, he chose MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, being the best institute in the entire world for engineering lovers. And he chose MIT, and he went there to to pursue his degree of bachelor's. So this is not standalone news. He denied IIT and he chose MIT. This is not the only kind of news. In fact, you will see many other news like this. See here that meet Indian genius who got AIR1 in IIT-JEE, took admission to IIT Bombay but left in just 2 years due to now XYZ reason, and he again went to MIT. News 18 covered this news. Meet Raghu Mahajan, the JEE topper who dropped out of IIT Delhi to enroll at MIT. Indian Express, the student with All India rank 99 in JEE Advanced chose MIT over IIT for research opportunities. So it's not a standalone news that topper have chosen international education or international colleges above or in comparison to IITs or even any other private colleges. So in fact, when the students are choosing international colleges over and above IITs, then obviously there is no question about a private college versus an international college, because in private college you would not get that IIT kind of feeling. The infrastructure, the facilities, all such opportunities would not be like that what you get in an IIT or in an NIT. Okay, now after this news, in fact this is also a very prominent information piece. So you would be very astonished to know that Piyush Bansal, he is the founder of Lenskart. Lenskart, I guess, this is a very prominent brand these days. Everyone knows about Lenskart. So Piyush Bansal, in my journey begins at in Delhi. I used to study in Don Bosco, studied hard. So basically this entire news article is I wanted to do IIT but did not get admission. So then he actually convinced his parents that please allow me to study abroad. He prepared for IIT but he could not get into IIT. Thereafter he went to out of India. He went to Chicago, Canada. McGill University in Canada. He went to McGill University in Canada. He pursued his bachelor's there. Thereafter, he worked in Microsoft. Thereafter, he started his first startup, Search My Campus. And after that, he started his startup Lenskart, and which is today's Lenskart. It has got an evaluation of $5.6 billion, year-on-year growth of around 12%, and Lenskart is gaining popularity and it is going to launch its IPO. It's going to get listed on the Indian stock market very soon. So with this, you can very easily understand that if this boy would have been in India, although we don't know what he would have done here, but he went to out of India, he went to Canada, again came back to India and did something outstandingly great. So it's not like that students who move out of India stay out of India for like forever. It might be some of the percentage of students might not return back to India, but there are many students. In fact, these days, India is a very booming opportunity for almost all the businesses. In fact, very recently, you would have heard that Apple also launched its first store in India in Mumbai. After that, you would have heard that Tesla is also opening up its stores in India. Why everyone is moving to India? Because India is the budding market, a very thriving economy, and everyone wants to open its store or office in India. So even after you complete your education, there is more likely chances that if you have to start some business or if you have to earn pretty well, you'll have to return back to India. But the current scenario of Indian education system actually does not incentivizes every student for studying here, because in India the competition level is pretty damn high. So I'll give you that data also. But before that, in fact, Sundar Pichai did his IIT degree, IIT Kharagpur. He did in metallurgical engineering. After that, he went to USA. From there, he did MS in engineering and material science. Thereafter, he moved to the US and studied Stanford University. He also has an MBA from the Wharton School of University and of Pennsylvania. After that, he joined Google, and then rest is the history. Fine. So now, why Indian students are moving to abroad countries, and that too in such a high number? That's a big question. Now, say for example, so I'm going to give you some reasons. Many Indians are going abroad because top Indian colleges have very few seats. So I'll just give you a number. What is this very few seats? So they have very few seats, very high cutoffs, and not enough good facilities. So that is the current scenario in India. So I'll just give you a number. In India, currently there are around 8,468 or something of that sort. These many engineering colleges are registered in India. Out of these many engineering colleges, around 1,600, nearly 1,600, these engineering colleges are government engineering colleges. Rest around 6,000 or 5,800. Sorry, 7,000. 7,000 or 6,800, around that. So around 7,000 private colleges are there. Now, you can just take 10% of them, because obviously only 10% of the colleges are good. Rest 90% are just like average or below average colleges, even in government or in private. So if you take a 10% number, that gives that 160 government colleges are kind of good colleges, or you can say above average colleges. And in private, you can take some 700 number, which is pretty high. Do you know 700 good private engineering colleges? This is very tough question. In fact, if I'll ask you, do you know 70 good Indian private Indian engineering colleges? You will say for sure yes. But 700, do you know them? Obviously 700 is a big number. But even if I take 700 good engineering private colleges in India, we have got 700 here and 160 here. We have got 860 good private engineering colleges in India. But will this 860 colleges be able to accommodate 15 lakh engineering aspirants in India? Because if I take only the number of JEE aspirants in the year 2024, JEE 2024, in only 2024, around more than 14 lakh, 14.2 lakh students appear for JEE examination. So I guess you are very easily be able to interpret this data, that obviously if 14 lakh students are appearing for JEE examination, this surely means that they want to pursue engineering. So will this 860 number of colleges, will they be able to accommodate 14 lakh students? So if I say every college will accommodate 1,000 students, which is pretty high. But if every good college is able to accommodate 1,000 students also, which is not practically that much possible, still 8 lakh students would be accommodated. 8.6 lakh students. Rest other students would not be accommodated. And first and foremost, all engineering colleges do not have 1,000 engineering seats. 1,000 engineering seats is very high. So what about the rest number of students who do have money, who want to get get engineering degree, but they don't have opportunity? And this is the biggest reason why students are not finding India as a lucrative option to study here. Okay. Now moving forward, some people think that this is just a trend, but most students actually want better education, international exposure, and good career chances. Now, this international exposure and good career chances being the foremost or the front runner in the reasons why students are choosing international education. Now, even though it costs a lot, student gain important global skills and often send money back home. This is a normal culture in India also, and hence this is a common practice. Now, let's talk about what benefits do we have for private engineering colleges in India, and what benefits do we have in engineering colleges in abroad. So I'm going to compare here. So I guess very easily you would have understood why students are choosing abroad education. Now let's talk about the differences between the colleges, or the benefits, or the pros and cons, whatever you say, for Indian colleges and abroad colleges. So first and foremost, many private colleges so here I am talking about colleges in India, and that too specifically private engineering college. Many private colleges in India have basic infrastructure but often lack modern labs, updated libraries. So these things are a kind of luxury. I'm not saying that most of the colleges don't. Well, I'm not saying that none of the colleges do have this, but most of the colleges do not have this. So if you name few of the private colleges do have these facilities, that they have modern labs, they have updated libraries, but most of them do not have it. And in fact, all those colleges who have this much of better facilities, they are charging exorbitantly high, minimum being 4 to 5 lakh rupees per annum, and highest being around 7 to 10 lakh rupees per. Is studying in India and paying 5 lakh rupees per annum, means doing an entire engineering degree in 20 lakh rupees. I guess in that same amount, he or she would be able to do that same degree in abroad as well. In fact, I'll tell you, on this channel also, on this channel only, I have made a lot of videos where I have specifically stipulated that there are many countries where education is almost free and highly subsidized because of government funding. And in those countries, you can pursue your degree. Okay. Now moving forward, access to advanced tools and practical learning spaces is limited. Here, this challenge is there in Indian colleges, although in abroad colleges, you'll find lounges. Literally, the kind of lounges which we have here in India in airports, those type of lounges you will find in colleges in abroad, and that too group workspaces for students, so they can study together, they can work together, sit together. So those spaces are created. They have modern campuses with advanced lab, digital libraries, and tech friendly classrooms, because they have they have advanced very well, and that too they have advanced earlier than us, and that is the reason why education systems in those countries are pretty better. Okay, much better. Now this next reason is a kind of a game changer. So in India, the minimum college size or batch size is around 100 students. In fact, the minimum being around 60. I guess there is no, I haven't seen any college having lesser number of students in the class less than 60. I haven't seen any college. Minimum is 60, but average is 100. And in fact, there are some colleges, I know personally, I would not name them, but there are certain private colleges in India who have a batch size of around 150 students. Now just imagine you have got 150 students, 100 students being an average in one class, and this 100 students being taught by one teacher. So one teacher is going to give attention to 100 students. In abroad, the average batch size is around 10 to 50. So even if I take a middle number around 25 or 30, so one teacher teaching to 30 students, and here one teacher teaching to 100 students. Now what would be better and what would be more effective? You know the answer. And this is again a very big reason why students don't find education here that lucrative or that rewarding or that engaging, in fact, because the teacher does not have that much of attention span over one student, isn't it? Now moving forward, next is, in India, we have semester system. Semester system means your examination will happen after 6 months. So you will be taught for 6 months, and then you'll have to take your examinations, which is not a very effective methodology of teaching or learning. In abroad, we have either a trimester system or a quarter system. So trimester system is your examinations would be conducted after every 4 months, and quarter system is that your examinations would be conducted after every 3 months. So in this, the check and balance system is maintained pretty well, and that is the reason why the outcome is really awesome in these colleges. Okay, now moving forward, next is, it mainly focuses on theory and less hands-on practice. This is a big problem of India. That is why, in fact, most of the students after studying from private college or even government college do not land in a job, because here in India we have always emphasized more on theory, less on practice. This is a pain point. We still say we are more focused towards rote learning. But in abroad colleges, we have more practical work to be done. In fact, the assignments are such a way designed that you cannot copy those assignments. You cannot just take answers from someone else. You'll have to do that entire work on your own. And they don't emphasize more on the theory part, rather they emphasize more on the practical part. So along with theoretical studies, they focus more on the learning by doing with practical work, and compulsory assignments works for students after completing each modules, which help them in creating a deep knowledge on each topic. So that is very much required there. Now moving forward, group projects mostly happen in final year. We do have a system in Indian education system that every student has to submit a project in the final year. But what happens there, that group work and discussion start from the first year itself, helping students build teamwork, communication, and problem solving skills. So there it happens that you have to submit group projects, like you have made a robot. So they will ask you to make a robot in the first year itself. Now here in Indian education system, they don't even motivate you to build a robot in the first year. They say, it means they will ask you what's the need. You don't need it right now. You just focus on your curriculum, and your curriculum needs only learning the things and memorizing the concepts. That is what is hampering our entire Indian education system as well. Now moving forward, but there is only less focus on teamwork and learning with classmates, and which is a major lacking here. Now moving forward, plagiarism checks are usually weak, and copied content often gets unnoticed. So what happens that in here right now in India, we are still not that much digitalized. So in colleges, teacher gives the assignment, and then you have to complete that assignment in the copy, because everyone does not have an iPad or a notepad, digital notepad, isn't it? So teacher gives an assignment, you have to complete it in the copy, and then you have to submit that copy to the teacher. Now, obviously, if one teacher is handling 100 students, that one teacher would be checking the copy of 100 students. Practically, it is not possible for that teacher to thoroughly read each and every 100 copy of that student, because that teacher will be having multiple classes as well. Now, in that scenario, it is very evident that that teacher will just keep on like, oh, tick, 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 just checking the main words. And that is why in our education system, it's mostly that even if you copy your assignment from someone else, that's in all likelihood it will get completely approved. But what happens there? So first of all, that in abroad colleges, the culture of giving homework is not very offline kind of thing. It's not that the teacher will give you a homework or a question which you'll have to solve in the copy and then submit the copy. It does not work it like that. In fact, there they have mostly digital assignments, first thing, and second, they use a lot of digital tools, the online tools with which they will catch your plagiarism. Like in fact, there are a lot of videos viral on the internet, also on YouTube also, that teachers are getting mad on students that why are you using ChatGPT. So now you can very well understand that if a teacher is getting mad at a student that why are you using ChatGPT, this means that that professor is able to understand that you have used ChatGPT. Forget about copying someone else's content. That is the plagiarism, a very low level of copying the content kind of thing. But even if you have taken help from ChatGPT, that professor is so knowledgeable and so able enough that he or she is able to catch your mistake or catch your entire wording pattern that you have done it through ChatGPT, and hence I would not accept it. Now just imagine that whether this will happen or this is happening in India. Obviously no. Teachers, professors, they are not even able to catch this fact that you have copied it from someone else. How will they catch this fact that you have copied it from ChatGPT? That's very far-fetched dream, isn't it? So that is again a negative fact on the educational system, because if a student does not apply his or her brain, he would never grow in his life, isn't it? So the process builds research and problem solving skills there, but here since we have a lot of plagiarism issues here, so hence the entire thinking ability, students thinking ability, it does not develop at all. So miss on actually learning from their projects, it does not happen here in India. Okay, now moving forward, so there are in fact websites mentioned where, so I have just smudged their name so that I am not pinpointing on any organization or on any website, but there are websites where student can just put their assignment and that website will charge you some XYZ amount, and in that after paying that amount, that website will complete your assignment and it will give back to you. So there are websites where you can actually submit your questions, your assignment, and that website or people on that website, they would complete your assignment and give back to you. So just imagine that here in India, we are having a thriving business on this part, that students have to do their assignments and we should do the assignment instead of student. Like there are businesses who are doing assignments for students. Now just imagine that how will a student learn? How will a student excel in his or her life? That's obviously not possible. Because if you are copying it from internet, if you are copying it, or if you are paying someone XYZ amount, assignments are not to be only completed. Like they are not meant to be just get completed. They are meant to make you learn. They are meant to make you research more deeper, isn't it? So finally, I would just say written examinations plus practical examinations, we have this type of methodology of teaching. There they have assessment system, including written exams are there, but more of a practical exams, group projects are there, and continuous assessments like assignments and presentations. These, I mean, in fact, they even ask the students to prepare presentations. So these things are way better than Indian colleges. And then they focus here, which doesn't on memorizing answers, which doesn't always help in using the knowledge in the real life situation, because just memorizing the answers would not help you. It would not help you in the real life situation. Failing a dissertation abroad can delay graduation or lead to a lower grade. So there you have to do an entire research part on your own, which is called dissertation, and then you have to create that dissertation on your own. And if you don't submit that dissertation, you will get lower grades, or your graduation might also get delayed, which is not the case in India. Now, there also in India also you need 12 years of education. There in abroad also you need 12 years of education. In some colleges like Germany, they need 13 years of education. Thereafter in India, you need 60% marks in most of the colleges. for I'm just leaving aside the JOSA concept, the JE concept where you need 75%. But in abroad, mostly the most of the colleges do need 75% of marks in 12th grades, which is generally like a little on a higher side. Now talking about here, we have a lot of private institutes which provide admissions based on JEE examinations, but we have a lot of other institutes who take their own examinations like VIT EEE, SRM JEE, Manipal Institute of Technology. These all colleges take their own examinations, and some other colleges provide admissions based on state engineering examinations. That is also there. But there in abroad, 90% of the colleges do provide admission based on SAT or ACT scores. So you have to just take one examination, that is SAT, and based on that marks you will be able to get the admission. Some colleges conduct their own admission tests, so that is very limited, just like in India also. English proficiency tests such as IELTS or TOEFL is required, so there is one more test requirement, that is IELTS or TOEFL. Or if you are going to any such country where English is not the main language, then you will have to probably prove your efficiency in that language as well. Like in Japan, you need to pass Japanese test. In Germany, you need to pass German test. So like that. And often the medium of instruction here, English is often the medium of instruction, but peer-to-peer communication happens in regional language. This is the main problem in India. But since when you go to abroad, and if you are going to a country where the normal common speaking language is also English, or most of the students are international, then your common speaking language, day-to-day using language is also English. So English is the main language of communication in academics and work, helping students to improve their speaking and writing skills. So this is the main point because of which students do have a better English communication, and a better communication always leads to better opportunities. Okay. Interaction with diverse peers and professors provides them practical experience as well. Now, I'm going to compare fees structure also. So fee structure here in India, it ranges somewhere between 1 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees per year. Now, having said this, I must tell you that in 1 lakh rupees per year in a private college, there are very less number of colleges, and that too, if you have got some good colleges, like private college having only 1 lakh rupees per year fees, then there are many students who are running behind that college, because then the competition increases, because in India, we have too many students, very less number of colleges. So, as you go higher the fees side, your admission chances becomes higher. So if you are taking a college of 5 lakh rupees per year, this means the very less number of students would be having 5 lakh rupees to spend for their education. Very less number of parents will be having that, and hence that college will or might give you that opportunity that you can come to my college. But here you will have to spend more. Now, if you come to abroad colleges, so there are certain countries which have very less fees. Like Germany, it has got like public colleges, the government colleges to have a fees of 20,000 to 40,000 per semester. And in these government colleges also, a lot of Indians or a lot of international students are studying. Even in private colleges, they have 8 to 16 lakh rupees of per year fees. Now, if a student is spending around 5 lakh rupees per year in India, just 2-3 lakhs rupees extra and 8 lakh rupees per year in abroad would not make that difference, isn't it? And one more big benefit, kind of biggest benefit, that you will be having a degree from abroad college like Germany. Next is Ireland is again a very good option. Here the public universities do have 8 lakh, like 9 lakh to 20 lakh rupees per year, and private universities also have 18 to 30 lakh rupees per year on a higher side. Switzerland has got government colleges in the range of 35,000 to 3 lakh rupees per year. Private colleges in the range of 7 lakh to 38 lakh rupees per year. In New Zealand, you have got public universities 11 to 16 lakh per year, but private college 70 to 25 lakh rupees per year. And in Australia, you have got government colleges in 1 lakh to like 1.3 to 1.4 lakh rupees per year. Private colleges is 2.7 lakh to 32 lakh rupees per year. So, out of these colleges, there are many other colleges also. In fact, I have covered many colleges on this channel itself. So you can go for Australia, you can go for Switzerland, and you can go for Germany. Here, especially the public universities are very cheaper. And in Australia, public and private both universities are cheaper. Okay. So now I'm assuming that if you spend even 2 to 3 lakh rupees, I'm assuming private college 3 lakh rupees per year. So if you spend 3 lakh rupees per year here in abroad, or even 5 lakh rupees, just assume that you are spending the same amount, 5 lakh rupees per year here, 5 lakh rupees per year here. Then on this amount spent, how much is your return on investment? So if I talk about, so first of all that here, in India you'd get a lot of parental support, which is not that right, because here your parents support your education, your parents support your living expenses, your parents support till the time you don't get a job. But that is not the case in abroad countries. In abroad countries, parents do support only till your 12th grade of education. After 12 years of education, parents don't support at all. Then you have to earn on your own, and then you have to go to the college. Okay, sir, it is Austria. Acha, very sorry, very sorry. I spoke it as Australia. I did not see it's Austria. Sorry for this. This is Austria, not Austria and Australia. They are two different countries. Now, parental support, when studying abroad, students are often responsible for their own expenses, and mostly student takes loans and repay them after their graduation. This is what happens there. Now, in part-time also, in India, we have very less number of part-time opportunities, and that too part-time earning wages are like nuts. So, you get 5,000 to 10,000 rupees per month. But in abroad, since part-time is a very common thing, so there the payout is also good, around 70,000 to 1 lakh rupees per month, which is pretty decent. And there, most of the people do work part-time. Okay. What is the average salary here in India? So once you get after doing a graduation of, say for example, 4 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees per annum, the average salary is somewhere around 2 to 6 lakh, 7 lakh rupees. Even if I take on a higher figure, I take it like 10 lakh rupees, let's assume. But this is very, very rare case, 10 lakh rupees per annum. But I'm assuming that you are getting 10 lakh rupees and you are spending 20 lakh rupees for 4 years. So if you are spending 4 years 20 lakh rupees per annum and you are getting 10 lakh rupees per annum, your return on investment is around 50%. Although this is for 1 year, this is for 4 years, but let's compare the same thing for international college also. Here the average salary is 36 lakhs to 64 lakh rupees. I am assuming that 64 is also on a lesser side. Here also I have taken 10 lakh rupees. Let's here assume 70 lakh rupees. Around that, 70 to 80 lakh rupees. Let's assume 70 lakh rupees. So if a student is earning 70 lakh rupees and how much he or she will have to spend, I have taken the same amount, like 4 to 5 lakh rupees what he is spending here, 5 lakh rupees he'll be spending there. So if you are spending 20 lakh rupees for 4 years in college abroad, you will be getting somewhere around 70 lakh. If you are spending same 20 lakh here, you will be getting something around 10 lakh, which is again on a higher side. There 70 lakh is still in the average bracket. So even if you take 60 lakh, chalo 70 lakh chodo, let's take 60 lakh also. Still it is a better prospect because you are getting a 300% return, isn't it? See, the percentage ROI calculation method might not be that right, but just to give you an idea that spending 20 lakh rupees in India and spending 20 lakh rupees in foreign might fetch you very different results. I hope you understood that. So now, finally, what's the placement scenario? So here, Indian colleges are a little better. You can say little better, or probably you can say that here students do not have this habit of finding companies or finding jobs on their own. So here in India, private colleges do offer placement support, and that's true. Most of the colleges do offer 100% placement support, that we will take care that you should get a job. But in abroad colleges, it does not work out like that. They do have career services kind of thing. They are chargeable services, and they are mostly not the college services. They are third party services. But college do not get into placing you or get into calling the companies. Once you are graduated there, then you will have to apply to each and every company individually, making your own profile, and then you will have to go for job interviews to those companies. And if someone of them selects you, you are balle get into that. Although I must tell you that still they have better opportunities, because if you have studied well, if you have been in that country, your entire overall persona will develop better, and hence your chances of getting a job will be far better compared to here. That is what most of these people do say. Okay. Hence, finally, and in fact, yeah, one more part on which the study abroad is a kind of little negative. Not negative, you can say like it is more expensive. So here in India, living expenses around 1 to 2 lakh rupees per year. There it's around 6 to 7 lakh rupees per year. So this is on a higher side, which you'll have to take care, because cost of living in abroad countries are on a higher side. Okay. Now, finally, we have got after graduation average fresher pay is around 3 to 12 lakh rupees per annum, which I said right now, 10 lakh rupees I had taken. Average fresher salary may range from 30 to 80 lakh rupees per year. So, return on investment is far better in those foreign countries. Return on investment in our Indian diaspora is not that great. Okay, fine. So, consider ROI. So, let's not get into that. I have already done that. So, now, final verdict comes like this, that in India, you will get low to high fees colleges. Okay, there are low fees colleges also, high fees colleges also, but both the low and high fees colleges do fetch low to average kind of income. Either they fetch low income like 3 lakh rupees per annum, 4 lakh rupees per annum, or they fetch you average income like 10 lakh rupees, 12 lakh rupees per annum. Although in India there are cases of 1 crore rupees per annum, but they are very few. Like even in the top colleges of India like IIT Bombay, Triple IT Allahabad, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of such cases. In IIT Bombay being such a big college, having around more than 1000 seats in that IIT Bombay college itself, it has got only 10 cases which has got more than 1 crore package. Only 10 cases last year, 2024. But if you come here and study abroad colleges or in foreign colleges, there also you will get low fees colleges, high fees colleges. But one thing is for sure, that there you will get high income job. The job market would be really good, although you should choose that country also accordingly. You should not go to Canada, because that in Canada the job market is completely crashed. In UK the job market is completely crashed. So you should not choose those countries, but those countries where there are good opportunities, you can actually go to those countries having high income. Okay, I tried helping you as much as I can, but still if there would be some points which I would not have been able to cover, so you can very freely reach out to me or to my team for getting that help or getting that counseling or getting that information for that matter. So how you can do that? There is a link in the description box, given in the description box. You can click on that link, fill all your details. You'll get a call back from my team within 48 hours. Why asking 48 hours? Because this service is absolutely free of cost. Hence, we are getting a high call volume. So you'll be getting a call within 48 hours. You can ask all your doubts. You can clear all your points and on all your information you can get from my team. Thereafter, you can decide. Okay. So we would be happy helping you. You can just drop down your details, and my team would be connecting with you to give you all the details. Okay. Fine. So that was all for this session. Hope you loved and enjoyed it. With this, it's time to say a goodbye. See you all in the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care. Good night.